Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining our Fall 2019 virtual community conference. My name is Chris, and I am the Engagement Campaign Director for ImproveCareNow, and will be your host this evening. Thank you so much for joining. Before we get started, a couple of things. One, just to let you know what we're trying to accomplish here and what virtual community conferences are, or how we see them. They're a way to build a community, an opportunity to celebrate successes, find ways to overcome challenges. These two are key. Finding something concrete that you all can take back and implement. We say implement by next Tuesday, something you can do by next Tuesday, even if it's small. And then we hope to find something. We hope that each person on this call can find something that can help you all. We want to increase knowledge and awareness. Be able to have you all be able to talk about the ways to get involved at the network level, and then here's something that you may be able to implement locally. With all that said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn over the mic to Dr. Colletti.
Hi, I'm Dick Colletti at the University of Vermont. And I'm happy to be with you this evening. Next slide, please. ImproveCareNow, we have 109 centers. We're located in 39 states and the District of Columbia in the US, as well as in England, Belgium, and Doha, Qatar. Next, please. We have 109 centers with 950 pediatric gastroenterologists and 30 IBD patients at those centers, which is a little over half of the IBD patients cared for by pediatric gastroenterologists. Next. And currently our registry, our database has 43,000 patients. Some of those you can tell have moved on to adult gastroenterologists, and the registry has 310,000 visits documented, or 120,000 patient years. So we continue to be the largest and fastest growing pediatric IBD registry in the world, and it's a gold mine of data for learning. Next, please. The centers include some of the best centers in the country, as ranked by US News and World Report, 45 of the top 50 pediatric gastroenterology programs, including 9 of the 10 honor roll children's hospitals. But I like to say we also do a Lake Wobegon ranking. Those of you who are fans of Garrison Keillor, the radio show will recall how he talked about Lake Wobegon, where all the men are good looking, all the women are strong, and all the children are above average. And in ImproveCareNow, all the centers are above average because we're doing things to improve care that no other centers are doing. Next, please. Our culture is that we all teach and we all learn. We steal shamelessly and share seamlessly. We know that if you work alone, you can go fast, but to go far, we have to work together, and that's what we do. Next, please. Our community is, our ImproveCareNow is focused on improving outcomes, and it's built on community, a community of patients, families, clinicians, other healthcare professionals, researchers, and all of us are working together. We use technology so we can reuse the repurposed data for improvement, clinical care, as well as research. And we continuously strive to learn using our data and improving care. Next, please. Back in 2007, which is when we first started recording data, we were focusing on improving the processes of care. And soon after, we began to define outcomes goals and focused on how could we improve outcomes using chronic care management techniques. Between 2009 and 2015, we introduced research and innovation to our network and peer production, which means that all of us were working together, patients, parents, clinicians, researchers, and our technology got a boost from a large grant that enabled us to create an enhanced registries and to simplify data collection through a method we call data in once. And we began doing comparative effectiveness research. More recently, we have been focusing on scaling up engagement of patients and families. Among the centers, we created a node structure or learning labs so that small groups of centers could continue to work together in a small group manner. And we've also developed infrastructure for patient-centered research. And this year, 2019, we've been setting our goals higher for both impact and outcomes. Next. As I said, we focus on outcomes. We are working to build processes and tools and structures that enable us to share and collaborate. We have these learning labs. We're engaging more stakeholders. More participation means more capacity, which means more resources, more customized resources, and more diverse activities. We still want to get better outcomes and get more uniform excellence throughout the network so that all centers in the network are performing as well as the best. And we are aiming for more care-centered diversity and continue to strive for new knowledge and want to address some of the social disparities in outcomes. Next, please. The one way to think about how to improve the health and care and costs of IBD treatment and patients with it is to use improvement science, which can boost remission rates by about 15%. And next, to include patients and parents and foster self-management, which we believe can boost remission rates another 10%, and to develop better drugs and tests and introduce these to our centers and patients. In the real world, all three of these things are going on at the same time. And ImproveCareNow as a learning health system is able to work on all these aspects at the same time. Currently, our remission rate, this is by remission rate, I mean what percentage of patients are feeling well and functioning well and are, according to their clinician's evaluation based on their symptoms and tests, about 82% currently have clinical remission, and that's much better than 10 years ago when it was closer to 60%. Next, please. Sustained remission is defined as having an inactive disease and no relapse for at least 12 months. And that most recently was measured at 56%. And you can see how that we've had a substantial increase in that over the last decade. We still have a ways to go. Next. And to help us increase remission rates and increase rates of sustained remission, we have recently introduced what we're calling Pathways to Mastery, where each center is focusing on getting to the next stage. The newest centers, which are just learning the foundations or fundamentals of improvement science and ImproveCareNow, are focusing on registering all their patients. The next group up is focusing on getting their remission rates over 82%. The next group, which has achieved registering their patients and more than 82% remission, they're focusing on getting their remission rates greater than 55%. And those who already have, and those who are the top performing centers in terms of how they've been registering their patients and performing improvement science, they are focusing on getting sustained remission greater than 75% and working on special studies. I think I want to say thank you and hand off to Maddie. Is that right, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.